There are 8 unforgivable mistakes that make people bad cat parents. Make sure you never do any of these things. Mistake number 1. It can be hard to pick up a cat, especially if you're picking them up because you need to take them to the vet or give them medication. Ideally, you want to hold them properly, with your hand supporting their butt and their head positioned near your chest or shoulder area. But sometimes you just have to grab them as best you can. A bad cat parent, however, might try to scruff their cat. A cat scruff is the loose patch of skin at the back of their neck that, when they were a baby, would have been used by their mama cat as a kind of handle when she was carrying them around. Some people try to hold their adult cats this way, but this is a terrible mistake. A cat scruff is not designed to support their adult weight, and being held this way is not only painful for them, but can cause serious damage to their neck. Mistake number 2. Sometimes cats can get on our nerves. You might feel bad if you end up losing your cool and yelling at your kitty, but at least you're not as bad as some cat parents. Some people believe that the best way to punish their cats is to hit them. Hitting a cat is never acceptable. Firstly, because a human is a lot bigger and stronger than a cat, and is capable of accidentally doing a lot of damage even with a so-called gentle hit. Secondly, because cats don't really understand punishment the way we do. If a cat isn't caught in the act, for example, then they will have no way of understanding that their punishment is connected to a specific thing that they did. And even if they are caught in the act, it can take them a few repetitions to get the idea. If a human hits their cat, then from the cat's perspective, their human just decided to hurt them at random. This can quickly erode the trust between cat and cat parent. Mistake number 3. Declawing is an operation to remove the claws of a cat, often to prevent them from scratching at people or furniture. In a lot of countries, it is actually illegal to perform this operation on a cat, unless it is for a specific medical reason, such as a deformed claw that is making it painful for the cat to walk. Unfortunately, though, it is not yet outlawed worldwide. Contrary to popular belief, a cat's claws aren't actually equivalent to human fingernails. They're more like fingertips, being directly connected to the bones of the foot. Cats who have been declawed do about as well as you would if somebody cut your toes off. They have trouble walking, experience pain in their feet, and may take to avoiding the litter box because digging in it can become painful. Mistake number 4. One of the first things that most people are told when they encounter cats as kids is, "Don't pull their tail." And any child who is too young to understand that instruction when meeting their first cat typically learns their lesson quickly, as cats will usually scratch anyone who grabs their tail to try. This isn't just because tail pulling is painful, although that's definitely part of it. A cat's tail isn't actually part of their spine, but it is directly connected to it, and to a tangle of nerves called the caudal equine, meaning horsetail, because the individual strands tangled together look like a horse's tail. These nerves control a lot of major functions in the back end of your cat, including the movement of the back legs and their ability to hold in their pee and poop. As a result, victims of tail pull injuries can often become incontinent. Mistake number 5. Spaying and neutering are operations performed on female and male cats respectively, and involve the removal of the reproductive organs so as to prevent pregnancy and avoid some of the negative behaviors that can arise when a cat goes through puberty. It should ideally be done by the time a cat is 6 months old. Some well-meaning people feel bad about doing this to their cats, out of a belief that their female cats will want to have babies, or that their male cats will feel like less of a man afterwards. This is nonsense, and is an example of the dangers of anthropomorphizing animals. Having kittens is not something that female cats dream of doing, the same way that some humans dream of having children, nor does a female cat have any particular desire to mate. Mating is actually a painful process for female cats, and going into heat is often distressing for them. Male cats, meanwhile, don't have any kind of concept of masculinity the way humans do, and unneutered males will usually lead stressful lives, fighting over mates and putting themselves in danger as they travel further afield to look for available female cats. Spaying and neutering is best for both the cat and the human. Mistake number 6. This is one of the most tragic mistakes that a cat parent can make. Above the tire of a car, but below the fender, is a small gap that, among mechanics, has earned the ominous nickname dead cat hole. This area is just the right side for a cat to hide in, and can often become attractive for a cold cat looking for a warm place to nap in the winter. When the car turns on and the wheel turns round, the cat doesn't have time to escape and gets killed. You can ensure the safety of your cats and the cats around your neighborhood by checking these holes on cold days to avoid any tragic accidents. Mistake number 7. Some cats are like living garbage cans on 4 legs. They beg for extra food at every opportunity, would have 10 meals a day if they could get away with it, on top of snacks, and they also try and beg for human food. Some human snacks are actually okay for cats, in moderation. Small pieces of egg, meat, or fish, unseasoned, can be given to cats, and some cats will develop a taste for more unusual fare, such as potatoes or carrots. These should only be given in moderation, however. There are also some specific foods and ingredients that are a no-no for our furry friends, no matter how much they may try to convince you otherwise. Alliums like garlic and onions are poisonous to cats, as are citrus fruits and many herbs. Although your grandma may have fed her old cat a bowl of milk every day without any problem, cats are actually lactose intolerant. It won't kill them, but the symptoms will make them uncomfortable. Sugary and salty foods can cause problems because your cat is not able to process them properly. And in the case of sugary foods, our kitties actually lack the ability to taste sugar, so they're not even really enjoying it. Fatty foods can cause them to become overweight, and if a well-meaning owner tries to correct the problem by putting Tiddles on a diet, can lead to a sometimes fatal condition called fatty liver disease. Finally, although fish and chicken is fine for your fur baby to eat, those little bones aren't. They can easily splinter and cause your cat a nasty tummy ache. Mistake number 8. If you have an outdoor cat and want to make sure people know where to send them if they get lost, or if you just want to make sure your indoor cat looks appropriately fashionable, then you might want to get them a collar. This is a good idea, but it's important to get the right kind of collar. Cats are natural climbers. Outdoor cats climb trees and rooftops, while indoor cats will climb cat trees and furniture. You'll likely have heard the phrase, "a cat always lands on their feet," which refers to the fact that if they fall out of a tree or off a high shelf, then a cat will naturally twist in the air and land of their feet, saving them from injury. But if a cat's collar gets snagged on something in mid-air, then they can potentially hang themselves on it as a result. The solution? You can buy special cat collars that are designed to break if they get snagged. This loses the collar, but saves the cat. For more information about our feline friends, check out this video on what it means when your cat is staring at you.